Happy Thanksgiving, YouTube. Max right here, and for lack of a better word, Bitcoin has shit the bed today. We are down from 19. It was up. The peak was about 19.5, I think, maybe 19.4, all the way down to 16,500. We're up again in the 17,000s. The question is, was that the end of it, or is there much more downside to come? We're going to answer that question right here in this video. By the end of this video, you'll have a very good understanding of what my thoughts are on that. So let's get into it. So first of all, this is predicted. Actually, before that, I wasn't planning on making a video today, but listen, I know emotions are high and people are scared, and so I wanted to make this video to help them just understand what's going on and navigate through this. So that's the reason why I just left Thanksgiving to come and make this video. Okay, so understanding what happened is that this was very much predicted. I've just become playful with this phrase. The leading indicator amongst top traders is the little red squiggly line that I draw on my charts that you've seen in the last two videos. This was very, very much predicted. And it fits in beautifully with the 4-year cup and handle. Well, it's a 3-year cup and handle, which is an important part of the 4-year cycle, which I've been talking about episode after episode after episode in this video. So here's what's happening. If you want to understand what's going to happen over the next few days and weeks, a really good place to start is to go back to January 2017. January 2017. That is the part of the cycle that we are repeating right now. And where this is, so it took about 3 years for Bitcoin to go from the $1,208 high of December 2013, took a little over 3 years to January 2017 to almost hit that high. So I think the all-time high was 1,208, and then it came very, very close. It was like 1160, something like that in January 2013. At that point, it bounced off. That was the completion of the cup. It bounced off and came back down 33% over the following days and weeks, 33% before turning around and rocketing up and having an epic 2017 where Bitcoin went from $1,000 all the way up to $20,000, a monster 20x year. So in that context, it should help us understand a little bit better what is happening now. I think we are in exactly that same place. We are going through that we have now entered the handle. Okay, Bitcoin went up to 19.5, what the previous high was like 19.7, 19.8. We say 20,000 for round numbers, close enough. And that's exactly what happened. I'm really glad I had the 20,000 all-time high celebration party, because that's exactly what happened. We came up to that level, we were a few percentage points short, and we are come down into the handle, exactly perfectly as predicted by the red squiggly line in my previous couple of videos. So the question is this as far down as it's going? And I think the title of this video might be, is this a Bitcoin dead cat bounce? And for those of you who don't know what a dead cat bounce is, the saying is among traders, is if even when you throw a dead cat off a building, when it hits the pavement, it still bounces. And that is what's happening right now. We are coming down, we came down to 16,500, and we're back up to over 17,000 now. You might be tempted to think that's the end of it. That was the handle, that's the dip. By the dip, we're done and dusted, and now we're off to the races. No, there is always going to be, it doesn't just go straight down. There's bounces on the way down, because even a dead cat bounces. So my prediction, I believe the most likely scenario is this is just a dead cat bounce. Even though we're over 17,000 now, we were going to go back below 17,000 and indeed back below 16,500. That represents, if my memory serves, I think it's like between 10 and 15% drop from 19,500 down to 16,500. What is that? 3 on 20, it's about a fifth, it's less than 20%. Yeah, something like that. No, so less than that. So yeah, it's about a 10 to 15% drop. I think we're going to see much, much closer to a 30% drop. Okay, it would not surprise me in the least if we get down to between the 13,000s and the 15,000s. Okay, now I don't know. There's a few different targets there. I've said it in previous videos. I don't know exactly where it's going to hit. Could it get down to 12.5? Yes. Is 13.3 probably more likely? Yes. But 15.5 would probably, I think, be the higher side of the target range. But here is what I will say. Here is what I think I can say with a fair degree of confidence. I'm not your financial advisor. You got to make up your own mind. But for me, with a fair degree of confidence, wherever this dip gets to, and we won't know until after the fact, but wherever it gets to, that's the lowest price that Bitcoin will ever be again. You will never ever get that chance to buy Bitcoin as low as where this dip gets to. Okay, that is my very, very firm opinion. So I think we're going to get down to the 13,000s, 15,000s. We're going to be somewhere in that range. Will be the bottom of this, and then we turn around, complete the handle to the upside. Most likely break through 20,000 and then off to the races for the next 12 months. If you just buy and hold, you're going to look like a genius, in my opinion. You're going to do 10, 20, 30x. It's going to be insane. Bitcoin will run up to, I believe, at least $100,000 by the end of the year, but more likely it will go up to probably $200,000-300,000 by the end of next year. It is going to be epic. It is going to be biblical, in the words of Sidney Powell, who, by the way, late last night filed suit in Georgia, I believe. So yeah, understand that. Now, so let's understand what hat we're wearing. There's the investor hat, and there's the trader hat. Which hat do we wear? I got a lot of subscribers from both categories here, so let's define both and let's give advice to both people. If you're in the investor category, this is you're buying and you're holding for a long period of time. It's where the vast majority of the money I've made it's where I've made it as an investor, not as a trader, and it's where the vast bulk of my money is as an investor. So let's talk about, let's put our investor hat on and understand what should we do here. The answer is, look, when Bitcoin gets to 100,000, 200,000, are you going to care if you bought it for 17,000, 15,000, 13,000? Right? The answer is relatively no. You're not going to care. You're going to look like a genius. You're going to be strutting around town with your shoulders back and dick swinging in the breeze. You're going to feel like a boss, okay? And a lot of this is emotional management. Because I know a lot of guys, I hear in the comments, that, oh my God, like, think of just like a couple of weeks ago when Bitcoin's running up 17,000, 18,000, 19,000, and you're not in yet. Think of the stress. Think of the pulling the hair out. Think of that. Just you know it, you lived it, you owned it, and you don't want to put yourself in that situation. So do you sit there and you don't buy a penny of Bitcoin until Bitcoin gets down to 13,500? No, because it might not get down there. And then you're setting yourself up for the misery and the anguish and the heartache of watching Bitcoin get up to 20, 30, 40,000. And you're like, damn it, it's not going to go down there. It's like 40,000. Now you buy Bitcoin at 40,000. You don't want that. So, 17,000, buy the dip. So it's a great time to buy. 17,000, do you have to go all in? No, but you go ahead and buy some now. So just in case it doesn't go below this, because it might not. All right? We don't know how low it's going to go. I think it's going to go lower, but it might not. Go ahead and buy a little bit now. Dollar cost average in. And then I'd buy some more at 15. And if you've got anything left at 13, just throw the kitchen sink at it at that point. At that point, I would throw the kitchen sink at it. Not your financial advisor. Very, very risky. All the things, all the disclaimers, right? That would be my strategy as an investor, and that's what I'll be doing. I've got so much Bitcoin holdings. I'm not buying this minute at 17,000 because I'm not worried about not having any Bitcoin. So, but if you don't have any Bitcoin, I'd be buying a little bit now, for sure. But I've got a lot. I'm not buying at 17. I'm gonna wait to below 15. If it never gets there, so be it. I'm gonna live happily for sure, because I got a lot of Bitcoin, and when it goes up to 100,000, there's no way in the world I'm feeling silly. But if I don't have any Bitcoin, that's an issue. So you got to get some. So maybe you don't. If you find yourself in that situation, maybe you don't get yourself at the very bottom, or you don't wait for the very bottom. You buy some now. Okay, so that's the investor hat. What about the trader hats? Look, I haven't got the charts in front of me, but if you wanted to do it, I'm not going to. But if you wanted to do it, I think a pretty reasonable size. Look at your 21-week moving average. This is for the investor too. Look at your 21-week moving average, and look at about 30% drop from 19.5. Check out where those levels are. They're going to be, and look at existing trend lines in that area. So if you go back and look at my videos, there's a couple of really strong trend lines there. I've got the red squiggly line telling you exactly where they are. They would be my targets. So the question is, at some point, round about now, you've got the 17,000 something. Now, around about now would be the good time to short Bitcoin. This is, again, this is, we're an investor, we're in a trader strategy now. We want to be in and out in days or weeks, and we want to take some money. As a general, just very, very risky to short Bitcoin now, but it's still, I think we're going down, and if you want to try and make money on the downside, here's how I would do it. Look for Bitcoin to come up to an important trend line. And if you see it hit that and bounce off that, that would be the time to short with a very close stop loss on the other side of that trend line, so that if this was it and Bitcoin just rockets up from here, you don't bleed. You get your out. But if it goes up to a trend line, bounces off it, and maybe some people want to go ahead and short with a stop loss on the other side of that trend line. And the targets for where you would be, look for the 21-week moving average. Look for within 5 or 10% of the 21-week moving average, and look for 30% drop from just the recent high of whatever it was, 19.4, 19.5. And around about there is where your target should be. Look at your risk-reward ratios. If this is a satisfactory risk-reward ratio for you, go ahead and take that trade. That's what I would do if I wanted to be trading. I'm not going to, because I would, but here's an even better trade. Here's the one I like even more. Go long on Bitcoin at that level. What I just said was the target of the short. Go long on Bitcoin at that level, and yeah, that's the better trade. That's the better trade that I would definitely be involved in. And I've got a lot of cash sitting on the sidelines, and I'll be jumping in at that level with a long Bitcoin trade. And I might, and with my, so again, I'm in trading money, so I'll play with leverage here, and I might even go like a 5 or 10x. I put X amount of dollars in, but 5x or 10x it in terms of leverage, and really try and kick a home run with this. And I might leave that trade open for a year because of just what could happen. I have very little doubt, which is a dangerous concept in trading for sure, but I have very little doubt that Bitcoin will be crashing through 20,000 here in the next few months, if it even takes that long. And Bitcoin will have a very, very good year in 2021. I'm willing to bet a lot on that, irresponsibly long, as Ralph Powell would say. So guys, I hope this is a useful video. I hope it's ticked a lot of boxes for the traders, the investors. You all have a clear strategy, at least of what I would do in this situation. But you take your own advice. You got to do your own research, make your own decisions. I'm not your financial planner. You got to make these decisions for yourself. But I hope this helps guide you through it with someone else's ideas. Everyone, take care, peace and love. Love you guys. Oh, please let me know in the comments below if you think this was good advice. Because yeah, this was not a video I was planning, but I just want to do something extra to help you guys navigate the emotional roller coaster of what is about to happen if we continue to go down and what we've already happened. So take care, and I'll see you guys soon.